Hello everyone and welcome to Flickering Myth TV. My name is EJ Marino and today we're diving into a brand new review of the slasher movie, Freaky. Freaky is a great example of not judging a movie by its trailer. I saw the trailer and saw that it was a horror comedy, saw the kind of offensive gay stereotype character, and I kind of sold this as like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it. Now, after watching the movie, I will say I thought it was pretty okay. It had moments that really worked for me. Some of the jokes were pretty funny. Some of the gore was completely out of nowhere. I did not expect this movie to be so gory, but I still have some overall complaints about it. This is one of those movies that I just think is okay. It's kind of the hardest movie to review when things are just fine. I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too good. It's just somewhere in the middle. Thankfully, there is two good acting performances at the center of this film that really carry it over the finish line. Freaky is a body swap slasher movie. We know body swap movies like Freaky Friday and Freaky Friday. Okay, so basically it's just the Freaky Friday movies that have the body swap plot, and that's what this really gets into. We have Vince Vaughn's character as this crazy slasher who is here to tackle these like high school kids, but he meets Millie, who's played by Kathryn Newton, who says, oh no, you are not doing this to me, and somehow in some weird freaky stuff by this weird mystical knife that we don't get any real backstory on, they switch bodies. Now we have Kathryn Newton's character Millie in the Vince Vaughn body, and then we have we have his personality in her body. It is pretty fun. I think it works pretty well. That gimmick, it doesn't get as old as I thought it would be. Like, I thought seeing Vince Vaughn play, like, a high school girl would get kind of tiresome. It's a little, like, kind of grating at first, and then he kind of settles into the role and really lives in the role. And I was like, oh, Vince Vaughn kind of surprised me in this. But Kathryn Newton, the way she, like, completely transforms, I was just like, oh god, she's just literally gonna put her hair in a ponytail and straighten up her back, and we're supposed to believe it. It worked, actually. Like, she really, just from what we saw in the beginning of the film to the very end, just the whole stuff in the middle where it's Vince Vaughn's slasher character inside of her, the whole butcher inside of Millie's character, I really believed her transformation. She sold it really well. I've liked Kathryn Newton for a while now. I've seen her in some of the paranormal movies. She was in Detective Pikachu. She's an actress I'm looking out for. And in this movie, we might have another Scream Queen. If she can do a couple more horror movies, you should. I really like them. But I can definitely see Kathryn Newton saying, hey, I'm a new Scream Queen for a new generation. Now, when I bring up the new generation, that's a big part of this movie I want to talk about. Sometimes, just sometimes, the script feels a little, dated. And I mean that this movie feels like it's from the 90s, but also it feels like a bunch of, like, 40, 50-year-old men trying to write, like, stuff for younger generation. I mean, the stuff when they use pronouns of, like, oh, well, let's use our pronouns properly. Some of the gay jokes, some of the woke, like, oh, well, you know, just straight white men kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, I get what you guys are trying to do. You're trying to seem progressive, but at times it feels like they're mocking it. That's kind of the thing I've noticed in a lot of movies. They're trying to really be forward progressive. Like, here's a gay character. Let's talk about some, like, real, like, life issues. We got it. Aha. Just sometimes the delivery doesn't come off as they intended. Now, the gay character, that is exactly what I am talking about here. We have a non-binary actor, and I think they do a very good job given what they are given to act with. Some of the lines from this gay character I just found to be so cringy. Like, oh, hey, nice wiener you have, nice big black wiener you have there when someone has, like, a wiener dog. It's just some jokes that I'm like, oh, this is, it feels very 2000s, very 90s, where it's like, okay, you guys, yay, there's a gay character in here. Sometimes I don't think so. This is a fun representation talk of, like, sometimes no representation is better than bad representation. That's kind of what I feel here. Is like, yay, we have a non-binary actor, and they do very well with the material given. I just don't think the material is that good, and it really kind of sometimes brings down this character. Like, there's one moment at the end where there's, like, something very real that I feel in the community that I agreed with. I was like, oh, that's a good gag. I understand why you put it there. But overall, I found this character to be kind of grating. Same thing with Nyla, who is her black friend. I thought there were some jokes there that I was just like, Oh, I see. Like, calling out racist jokes or tropes in the genre sometimes just feels like you're calling it out and not doing anything to fix this. Honestly, instead of having a blonde white girl as the lead of this film, have the gay character, have the black friend, have one of these kind of different minorities take on the role, and that would be really, like, pushing this to a new direction. I understand the, like, blonde high school white girl is primed for slasher final girls, but I wanted to see this movie go a little bit further when it's actually trying to be progressive and new. You really want to switch things up, that's how you do it. This just felt like, okay, we did minimal effort, and that's how I feel about the movie. It's like minimal amount of good. Alright everyone, that was it for my review of Freaky. I liked this movie, it was fine, it did what it needed to do. I liked Vince Vaughn, I thought Kathryn Newton was pretty good. That's kind of about it. That's all you can really enjoy about this movie. That's all I can really talk about. Alright everyone, what did you think of my review? What do you think of Freaky? Let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth because we make videos like this every single week, and give us a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Alright everyone, let's talk about Freaky down below.